Alright, so let's check the stamina quickly. Alright, so we got Cliff Lee and Randy lined up. Cliff Lee, always a risky send on All-Star, like the lower difficulties. Just because he's more of a finesse pitcher, doesn't really throw gas, obviously. But I used him once so far, had a little bit of success. Unfortunately, I only pitched for like 5 outs before I got to quit, so hopefully we can go deeper into the game here and kind of show you guys how I pitch with Cliff Lee. Definitely one of my favorite pitchers growing up. Pitched for the Cleveland Guardians. Even against the Blue Jays, it was always fun watching him. Kind of like the guys that throw a little bit more finesse and not as much just like throwing gas. But interesting, Cliff Lee did use the fastball a lot, even though he didn't throw it very hard. Throw a lot of sinkers, cutters, curveballs. Mix in the fastball just because it really plays up, because he's a little bit lower velo on his other pitches. So it's all about relative velocity. Even if he doesn't throw 100, 95 could feel like a 99 if everything else you're throwing is like low 90s, upper 80s. So we're facing that same retro finest Randy Johnson again. This guy's got a good lineup. Yeah, DG, I struggle with lefties too, but honestly, best way is just cue in sometimes or go to practice mode. I just go with like lefty batters that I use, so like Cody Bellinger as an example. Then I'll just do like practice on the highest difficulty, facing fastballs up and in, sliders low and away. So I can just get used to trying to swing with lefty-lefty. Now, that's the big difference with this year, right? Is like there's a DH. So you can pretty much, instead of like focusing your bench on all pinch hitters, you can basically use them as all like platoons technically. So I typically don't run more than, I go like 2 to 3 lefties max in a lineup at a time. So even with 3 lefties, you can have 3 righties on the bench that crush lefties. And it still works out fine. So you can just sub them in and not have to worry about like defensive replacements. Everyone's defense is pretty good. Alright, we get that splitter down the middle, but just miss it with the PCI. There's a product of us, the auto shift, not working for us. Probably would have been a single up the middle, but instead we get a routine ground ball to second base. Alright, slider away. Again, trying to figure out what our sequencing is from our opponent here. Oh, DG, no, pitching. Oh, okay, interesting. Any lefties in particular? Like people that pitch hard or people that pitch slow? Or just lefties in general? Alright, perfect with Cody Bellinger there. He's throwing us quite a few pitches away, so I was kind of looking for it. Fastball inside, he paints us. Nice pitch. Not going to do anything there. Now, so state the obvious, we're trying to not ground into a double play. As he hits us with a slurve. First time he's broken that one out. He goes with a fastball there, and we swing under it, and way too late. Unfortunate there. Inning is not over yet, though. So you can do some damage here with Adley. Maybe find something in the gap to score Bellinger from first. Great pitch by him. Another outside pitch. Looked like another fastball on the outside, but the two-seam broke away from us, so kind of had to swing there. We get the slider in again, foul it off. Pretty good at bat so far, been fouling off a lot of pitches. Oh, and we get the splitter. Kind of froze us as we swing and miss. Oh, DG, I see what you're saying, yeah. But yeah, it's tough, especially after, like, it's kind of like what you're used to, right? Like pitching with righties, mostly. Alright, so Cliff Lee here, as you mentioned, finesse pitcher. We're going to try and live on the corners as much as possible, try and hit our spots. Got that bias, unfortunately. Couldn't make the stop with J-Ram. His run on first. It's not the worst in the world, because Kittel's pretty slow, so don't have to worry about the threat of the steal. So we can focus on the batter, but it is 99. Chipper Jones takes a single. Oh, you mean the DG? You mean the pitching view? Yeah. What pitching view do you normally work with? All right, Jimmy Fox. This guy absolutely crushes lefties, so we need to be very careful here. This could go sideways. That is not where I wanted it to go, but he rolls over it. We get a double play. That's absolutely huge to start the inning. So he's probably slightly tilted about that, so I'm just going to try and see if he's swinging a little bit aggressively, which he is. Perfect with the change-up low. So we're going to try and stay off the plate until he shows that he can lay off, which he did. So maybe he was just a little bit antsy on the first pitch. Change up low again, and we get the out. Nice. So we work out of the issue with first and second no outs, and we get out of it. So that's always good, because not good to have the confidence destroyed early on, because that really hurts our chances of going deep into the game with any starter. All right, really late on that. We need to pick up the bat speed. Yeah, no, DG, I feel you, yeah. Keep him off balance. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. When you face... Oh, as we strike out. But yeah, if you face, like, a lot of people are just, like... Sometimes you get, like, the swing at everything people, and then it's like when you live on the edges, it's like sometimes you get messages, they're like, hey, like, throw a strike. I'm sure you, like, see that too, but kind of frustrating. I mean, really shouldn't be in the game, but... The thing about facing a lot of higher quality opponents that aren't toxic, anyways, is that it makes for a good game, because like it's really tough when you're living on the black and then they don't swing. Sometimes it can get very frustrating as a pitcher. All right, so yeah, back to hitting. So it's kind of funny, in that last game we had that exact same at bat with Acuna. The fastball, perfect down the line. So we get the same result there. Been hitting pretty well with Acuna lately. I was struggling with him for a bit. All right, 3-1. No reason to swing here. He hits us with a slider inside. All right, full count. Doesn't have to throw us a strike here, but he did, and we get... Oh man, what a great diving stop by him. Great play by our opponent, Trey Gloss there. That could have been a run, but instead we have an out and a guy on second. So I'm gonna pinch it with Corbin Carroll here. It's still pretty early in the game, but I've been struggling with Carroll lefty quite a bit. So I know it's 2 outs, but I want to try and take advantage here. See if I can just like poke a single down the line or something and try and jump on Randy early on here. Oh man, please go out. Thank you. All right, 0-2, obviously not an ideal count, but we're going to try and fight off as many pitches as we can. Wow, just a perfect dot by our opponent there. Great job. So I guess we burned Corbin Carroll there, but you know what? Don't really hate it. Like, everyone at this point in the year is so stacked. Like, could have easily just like started Julio. He's gonna go into left field now, and if Randy goes deep in the game, he might even get another at bat against Randy. So don't hate the move there. Like I was saying earlier, like 4 bench spots, DH. You don't have to worry about like using your guys to platoon, especially when it gives you an advantage against a tough pitcher like Randy. So we get the strikeout from Lee there. Cutter inside, we get the ground ball. Making quick work here. Let's try and keep that up. Our sequencing has been pretty decent so far. He is really late on the sinker, which is interesting. Maybe he's seems like he's got a bit of a slow bat, so seems like he's geared up for the off speed and the cutter. Yeah, so timed up that cutter pretty well. It was low and away, so we get the fly out, but we'll keep that in mind heading into next inning. We can go. Seems like he's timed up to the cutter, so we can go even faster with the sinker. Wow, not sure what happened there. Oh, I didn't move my PCI. Whoops. But yeah, maybe we'll stick with like Lee's faster pitches and then his like really slow stuff, like the circle and the knuckle curve. Right, slider in. Got Randy to 36 pitches here through 2 1/3. Obviously would like to have a higher pitch count than that, but we're going to keep working away. Not afraid to swing with J-Ram here. He's been one of my best hitters lately. To roll that over. See, that's kind of interesting because usually the two-seam for Randy comes in at like 98, 97. That one there was like a pretty soft 95, at least it felt like, especially facing that 100-mile-an-hour fastball outside. All right, that was a really quick inning. Not ideal. Didn't really get him to throw much. And we didn't do anything, so let's try and be patient again next inning. Get away from that swing-happy approach. Even kind of taking some of that momentum we had from last game, and I think it just feels like a bit of a continuation because we're facing Randy again. Exact same card, so I think I just got to kind of remind myself this is a new game, a new count. Oh no, didn't hold it long enough. Looks like he would have been safe anyways, so not going to beat ourselves up there. Super early on the changeup though. I know I said he was timed up to the cutter, but I want to kind of jam him up inside there, hoping for a ground ball. Get a double play. Marte can be easily doubled up. This is a supercharged one, so only 49 speed. And there we go. We get the inning-ending double play, exactly what we wanted, so that error doesn't come to hurt us. Really a strength of Lee. He's able to get a lot of like weak contact on the edges. Like sometimes his pitches seem like really juicy. It can be really frustrating hitting like a Maddox or a Cliff Lee just because they pitch like kind of slow and everything looks good, and then it's like you're not putting anything up against them, and then you just start swinging and then rounding into double plays. So hope to keep that momentum going. We're in a lot of 1-2 counts here. Just fought that off. Probably should have laid off. All right, fastball low. We get a good piece of it, just under it, and that's gonna die in center. Put a decent swing on it. Obviously, PCI wasn't great, too low, but feels good being able to make contact with that outlier down in the zone like that. Oh wow, what a dive by Chipper. Saw that slider pretty well, even though it was off the plate. I definitely should have laid off, obviously, but I don't know. Thought I had a pretty good read on the slider in. He showed it to us a few times. Great defense by him, though, that left side of the infield. Troy Gloss and Chipper Jones. Not the highest rated defensively, but he's been able to use that dive button quite effectively. Fastball away. No way, it's like the slider away, fastball away. It's just such a good mix of speeds by him. Looks like he's using the handle a little bit on the fastball. We're going to take here. We work the walk with Soto. So exactly what we want to do. 2 outs. You know, like best case scenario, we hit a solo dinger. That's why this... Okay, so hold on. I'm going to pause for a second here. So this is why the disciplined approach pays off. So I'm just gonna stop for a sec, kind of go through my thoughts. So I forget the exact count that it was with Soto, but the reason why I'm being extra patient there, it's like lefty lefty, 2 outs. I think we got to 2 strikes, or sorry, before it was like 3-1. Not gonna swing because not really much of an advantage. Like sure we get a solo dinger, but I'd rather put someone on base and then give my righties coming up to bat a chance to do some damage, and that's exactly what we did there. So I was really aggressive with Acuna right off the rip, and we got that fastball up that he missed the spot, and we're just able to capitalize on a mistake pitch and take him deep. So that's exactly what we're trying to work towards, using using a little bit of strategy to mix in. And as you guys can probably tell, I'm definitely not a very good mechanical player, but we're trying to figure out our opponent's tendencies and use our baseball IQ or whatever you want to call it a little bit to try and get any edge that we can. Yeah, DG. Using the bid noggin there. That's what you got to do. Like, not really good at timing up my PCI, and I'm late on outlier on All-Star, so which can get even worse on Hall of Fame. So maybe this is just like a good example of like, hey, here's me, an average player. You can use a little bit of strategy to help you out in the ranked seasons grind, even if you're struggling against like a Randy, a John Donaldson, a Nolan Ryan. You can feel like, you're gonna roll over and just give up, but a little bit of patience, a little bit of just timely hitting and paying attention to what's going on can kind of help us out there. Right, so yeah, exactly, a setup at bat for sure. That's exactly what we're trying to do. Trying, like, Soto, I don't know, lefty lefty, like I do feel comfortable with him, but oh boy, here we go. Said we need to be careful, and we give up a double here to Jimmy Fox. He's going to easily score on that. So, still no outs in the inning, so we got to try and get out of this quickly. Don't want to give that momentum right back, but anyways, I feel like I've talked about that Soto at-bat enough, but yeah, exactly. It's a setup at-bat to give some of our other righties a better chance. You can see the ball coming in from Randy. All right, we got 0-2 with a Stanton. This one is going nowhere near the zone. Very late on it, so either he wasn't expecting it or he saw it in all the way. I'm going to bury one in the dirt, see if we can get a swing. Not where I wanted it to go. Alright, so kind of talked about in the last gameplay, we're going to throw a high fastball here, see if we get a swing and miss. We didn't, but it sets up the changeup low. Oh wow, and he almost dismantled that pitch there, but luckily he was under it. So we got the first out. Obviously, we're trying to strand Jimmy Fox here. So normally I would press pause to see who's coming up, but it can kind of like give us away that it seems like we're seeing who's on deck. So it can kind of tip off your opponent that we're trying to pitch around. So I knew Soto was coming up somewhere, but probably should have made better note of that earlier, but it's okay. We get Soto here again. Obviously still a super dangerous hitter, but I'd obviously much rather face lefty-lefty Soto than anyone righty-righty. At this point in the year, again, everyone's like pretty much maxed, so any advantage we can get, we will take. Rolls over the outside pitch there, which is good. Trying to do the best we can here. All right, so we got Troy Glossop. Oh, not the guy I want to face here. But we get the rollover. So maybe that was a bit of a case of him being a little bit over-aggressive, given that he had Jimmy on base with no outs. Had a really good start to the inning, but we were able to get 3 quick outs in a row to stop the scoring. So that's where it's, it's feeling good with the bat, maybe a little bit swing happy. And stopping the momentum is really important, because if we just tossed another cookie down the middle, then Could have got out of hand pretty quickly.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
So, the reason I'm kind of taking pitches here, that's like, you know, we're kind of familiar with this sequencing. I'm just trying to buy us some time, if you will. Like, he's showed that, you know, his bats are coming to life. So we're gonna try and quell some of that momentum by being a little extra patient and staggering the innings a bit, putting a little bit more time between. The last thing I want to do is just have a quick like 1, 2, 3, and then it feels like he's still hitting. He's starting to catch on to us a little bit as well, so give us a little bit of a visual break, so he's not just watching our sequencing. Was waiting on the inside fastball, but again, just bad execution. I don't know what to tell you. We'll try and improve. But good news is that we're seeing the ball okay here. And I obviously don't know like what he's throwing next, but he's been going heavy fastball slider. So we're kind of getting away from that splitter a little bit lately, I've noticed. Brings the slurve back in, so maybe he's listening to us. But yeah, a lot of fastball sliders. Fastball away, shouldn't have swung at that. But the way it came out of his hand kind of looked like that fastball away he's been throwing us a lot. Slurve down and in, had to fight it off. Not an ideal pitch to swing at, but 2 strikes, 2 outs, so we don't want to go down looking. We get the fastball there, that's gonna drop for a base hit. Pretty good contact on that. Again, PCI not perfect. We're working on it. All right, so here we go. First, runner on first, 2 outs. Again, we don't have a runner in scoring position, but I'm gonna try and do something here as we fall behind 0-2. Roll over that splitter. Really good pitch from him. As we mentioned, he's been doing a lot of fastball sliders, so you know what it's like when you come off the highway and you're driving at like 100 or whatever, and then when you go on the main road it feels like a 60, or sorry, it's 60, but you go 60, it feels like you're going 40. Anyways, he kind of velocitized us there, similar effect. He's thrown that fastball away a lot, and him throwing the splitter there away, it kind of looks like a fastball out of the hand. And lefty, I'm trying to turn on that fastball to pull it. Hopefully, you know, park it in the right field seats. So anyways, just a really good job of pitching by our opponent there. My computer turned off here, that's kind of weird. Not sure if the stream's still up. It looks like it is. Oh, wow. Great contact from him. We have shown him that changeup low quite a few times. So he might be catching on. Pause there, probably to get up the bullpen. So we're just, after this pitch, we're going to take a look. So he's got going up. Always good to just keep tabs on your opponent, see what they're doing. All right, so he's got Rob Nen and Trevor Rosenthal. So interesting. A couple of other really hard-throwing pitchers, both righties. So maybe he's trying to kind of counter our move from Corbin Carroll to Julio, as we now have like 7. Wow, great pitch. 7 righties. Well, 2 switch, so really 5. But anyways, see what he does here. But, wow, we hit that pretty hard. 103. Not the best pitch to swing at. Haven't really got the pitch count that high. Although it does feel like we have been kind of not hitting him well. I mean, only 2 runs in 6 innings. But feels like, you know, we've been doing some stuff against Randy. Even like that. Not a home run, but good piece. So he's definitely having some thoughts, so that's why he's probably getting the guys up. All right, back with Cliff Lee here to the top of his lineup. This is where in the later innings, you know, 3rd time through the order, we want to be really, really careful. Kind of just like in real life. There's like a reason that there's higher average for hitters as you go through the order 2, 3, 4 times. They tend to pick up on sequencing. I'm just gonna warm up somebody hard throwing, just to give them a bit of a different look, and also just in case we run into trouble with Cliff Lee here. So I'm hoping not to pull him. We're only at 48 pitches, but this is a very close game, and we're getting towards the back half. So, you know, always be ready, plan ahead. Wow. Yeah, seems like he's seeing us pretty well. It's another hard hit ball on a pitch down in the zone. So I'm going to try and change the eye level here, give him a bit of a different look. All right, Jimmy Fox is definitely a scary at bat. I don't know, last year I just find like every time I face Jimmy, he's just always going deep. So, oh, Blue, give me that. I tried to paint him inside, but did not get the call. All right, I think I'm gonna go circle away. Wow, he saw that all the way. Probably too many circle changes here. I'm gonna try and get him at second. He's gone. Oh no, he's safe. If I would have had a perfect throw there, I think we would have had him. Alrighty, I'm gonna pause for a second. So you may think we're not pitching to Stanton because I'm doing that. So we're gonna use a little reverse psychology. I'm gonna go right after Stanton here. Okay, that didn't work. We have Soto on deck, so I don't hate the walk to Stanton, but also a case where, like, late game, I don't want to be walking anybody. Oh, man. I kind of messed up the throw timer there, but got bailed by Vlad. His defense isn't even good at first, so I was expecting the worst, hoping for the best. All right, we went deep against Randy with Acuna last at-bat, so yeah, he's going to the bullpen. So, obviously not the same pitcher, but like similar pitches, like outlier fastball, really hard slider, splitter, and a curveball. I faced Rob Nen a few times. Nobody really uses the curveball, so probably gonna see fastball slider, which again, I'm probably gonna make myself look like an idiot by saying it too early, but like again, not trying to rag on our opponent or anything, but just personally, I tend to go to, when I switch pitching, I like to go to different pitch types. Because like I've been seeing fastball, slider, splitter all game. But it is from the other side. And, you know, to be fair, I haven't barely done any damage against his pitching so far. So I have to prove to him that I can hit that pitch combo. But good news is we've been seeing it a lot. So I am feeling a little more comfortable. We just need to translate it into some runs here. Please leave. There we go. All right, so kind of talked about it, but yeah, I mean that's exactly why personally I wouldn't go to a pitcher with the same pitch repertoire twice in a row, similar velocity, just because like it doesn't give me a different look, and I've been seeing it, and he was pitching similar, like a lot of fastballs up like that where I swing and miss, but a lot of fastballs in, down and in, up and away, sliders away. So, and then it's really important that we have Acuna there. Like, the solo home run isn't that special. Really got to do our damage when people are on base. So that's why I was being a little bit more aggressive there. But as you can probably tell, when no one's on, I tend to be a little more patient. Just not as much upside to connecting with no one on. Slider away, saw that all the way. Go fastball in here. He does, and we are way ahead of it. Should have laid off, but sometimes when you get that pitch that you're waiting for, if you see it, you can't help it. Kind of like a guess pitch. So good hitting by Bo there. I've actually been struggling with Bo a little bit, so happy to hit a perfect. We'll take the single, especially with J-Ram coming up. Just gonna check his bullpen quickly. So he's only got Alexis Diaz. So again, he seems like he really liked those hard throwing guys. Oh, man. Felt like I crushed that. We crushed it into the ground. Sad. Anyways, Jose Ramirez, I really like hitting with him, especially with runners on base. I just feel like I hit a lot of doubles with him, so and possibly score people from first, and of course he's always a home run threat as well. Late on the fastball there, we got to catch up. Slider down and in. Let me look at, yeah, okay, so different pitcher, of course, but again, fastball, really counting on fastball slider heavy. Oh man, that is the third time we've been dived on this game. Oh man. We're alright though. Not too upset there. We got that clutch 2-run home run by Mookie. Wow, he almost took us deep with Soto there. Was a little bit too lax there heading into the inning. I just kind of autopiloted a sinker there, so if you're watching this, that's something maybe you can like take away. Especially I felt like I had a pretty good inning. Lefty, you know, back of your mind, maybe it's okay. But we just hit a quick slider pitch there, and yeah, definitely don't do that. We got lucky though. Alright, we're living on the corners here with Lee. I've really been having a lot of success with him, with analog, just being able to dot. So I'm going to keep doing that. Definitely can be frustrating as an opposing player. Definitely scary though at this point of the year with all the batters that, and especially in his lineup, that absolutely destroy lefties. I mean, I guess you could say the same about righties, but people tend to have more righties than lefties in their lineup. All right, great hitting from him. We've been mixing in a lot of knuckle curves, like maybe like, well, not a lot, but a lot for the pitch type. So he seems like he's clearly caught on to that. I'm gonna stay away from it for a little bit here. That circle is just so lethal. So, reason for the up and in cutter there, looks like an up and in fastball. He's late on it. We're gonna hesitate. We're gonna go to the same location, but a four-seamer. Hope he, oh no. That one right down the middle. Anyways, I was trying to hit up and in, so if he's late on the cutter, hopefully he can be late on the fastball as well. We didn't execute. Vince the GOAT 4 rating with a party of 1. Thank you, Vince.
Nope.
Appreciate you, man. Welcome to the stream. We're going to try and turn this into a YouTube video after. I've been working on a this new series called Ranked with Mike. Just about the struggles of a very average player trying to get to World Series. Made a couple of videos last year. I just didn't really carry through it with work and stuff. So, although it's late in the year, I've been having a lot of fun with the game. So, trying to make some content. Figure out what may as well. Why not play it anyways? Having fun. So, yeah, DG, use pure analog. Honestly, I don't think there's much of an advantage to using pinpoint this year. Pure analog, you can get pretty accurate and pretty on time. So I just feel like personally I mess up with pinpoint a lot. Just the risk reward just doesn't really make sense for me, because of course if you hit your spot on pinpoint, it's right there, but I feel like I can still dot on pure analog and my misses aren't nearly as bad. So kind of like the old adage is like, make sure your misses are like good misses, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to throw a curveball down in the zone. If it misses, like, let it go in the dirt for me. Like, I don't want to let it hang and then just absolutely crush. Can change the complexion of a game. Vince, thank you. Thanks for the good luck. Yeah, you can see the YouTube video up. I'm going to edit it after this, and then on YouTube, I'm the exact same here as on Twitch, just Mike the Baseball Guy. So All lowercase. I'm not sure if that matters, but yeah. So we get absolutely bailed there. Just totally rolled over that Vulcan change. Not sure if I mentioned it already, but I'm a huge fan of Eric Gagne. Call it the Canadian bias, but I remember it being kind of like a big deal, like a reliever winning a Cy Young award.
1-1.
Thanks, Vince. So, yeah, the approach with... oh, here we go. Stay fair. Oh, my goodness. Wow, we could have blown the doors off this game. Dang, too bad that's foul. Anyways, we'll just focus here and then I'll talk.
Outside, that's the ball.
Oh, no.
Out.
Oh, no. Wow, that was a key point in the game. TSN turning point. Hopefully, excuse me, we don't take a turn for the worse here. Wow, what a momentum shift. Obviously trying to not be tilted, and obviously I'm still leading this game, but 2-run game on All-Star, definitely not a super comfortable lead. Could have made it 7-2 with one swing of the bat there. Oh, so close. Yeah, important not to get too worked up when the emotions come in. Knuckle curve, I think it's time we brought it back. I'm gonna bury it. But yeah, it's like, what a change. Like, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the Blue Jays game. I'm a Blue Jays fan. When Matt Chapman against the Twins hit that, what would have been a double down the line to left field and would have tied the game, I think, at the point, at the time. And then instead it's called foul. It was foul. And then he grounds out into a double play, which was kind of like a summary of the Blue Jays season. But yeah, same thing happened to us. Kind of could have been a 3-run shot, and then we ground out into double play. So just trying to stay level-headed and not just hose one down the middle here. Trying to execute. We are still leading. It's the bottom of the 8th. So we are down to our final 5 outs. Nice. All right. So we're gonna keep Leon, but I think that if he gets a hit, yeah, actually, you know what? With Chipper coming up, he's really connected. And he has Jimmy and Giancarlo. I don't know. This is a tough play. We have Diekman and Kenley ready. I feel like I'm going to go to Kenley. You know what? Fox hits righties better, actually, than lefties, though. Interesting. But then Stanton obviously has way worse versus righties. Way worse, still 107, but... You know what? I think I'm going to leave Lee in here. Even if he goes yard, we still have the lead, so...
Off the plate, ball 1.
Definitely don't want to put him on either, though, because, like, you can easily see it happening where he gets on and then Jimmy goes yard. Okay, so we get out of it there, but definitely sweating a little bit. I mean, Chipper Jones is absolutely insane, and he's perfect us a few times, so not ideal. Anyways, sorry, to go back to the first inning, the inning before, I never really finished my thoughts. So Eric Gagne, love him, have him in the bullpen. Kind of the approach against him, though, is you're going to see a lot of the outlier fastball is obviously good. One downside, I'd say, though, to him is that the Vulcan change and the splitter are like a very similar pitch. So even though he has 5 pitches, they both kind of work the same. Regardless, though, he's still... I find him pretty hard to hit. I find when I pitch with him, he's pretty good just because that Vulcan change, like, floats, and then that outlier fastball is just such a difference in perceived velocity. Although, we're timing up the fastball. Oh, no. Wow, I thought that was going to go out. Too bad. Would have liked to have had a bigger lead heading into the final inning. Right, so I'm gonna put down Diekman. I had him warming up earlier. I just don't really like him in like a to close out a ball game if needed. There we go. Come on, Bo, get out of here. Oh, wow, 2 good swings, but Ball just died to dead center, unfortunately. All right, bottom of the ninth. This always seems to be where things go wrong, so I'm going to leave Lee in here, just given that Fox is better versus righties. But, oh boy, please catch this. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Julio. Max speed. Failed us out there. So, as much as I would like to do the complete game with Cliff Lee, I think I got to do the smart play here. Actually, I don't know if it is a smart play, because Stanton's worse for righties. But then we get Soto. You know what? Screw that. I'm going to leave him in. I really want to face Soto with Lee to end the game. Hopefully we don't put him on here. And we did. That hanging knuckle curve, I just felt kind of compelled to throw it just to keep him off balance, but let's just stick to our bread and butter here. This is it. If he pinch hits, we go to Kenley. Strikeout, ground out, fly out. With Soto. Alright, seems like he's thinking over the pinch hitting decision here. Of course, it's a big point, a huge point in the game. Oh, man. You know what, though? I know I keep saying I'm going to go to someone else, but maybe... Hold on. Oh, wait. If this is... Interesting. So this is the the Great Race of 98 Sosa. This isn't the MVP Live Series collection, so... He's much, much worse versus lefties. Alright, this is his last batter. We're going to go to righty after this, though. Not where I wanted that, and oh boy. This could be bad. Not sure what we were doing there defensively. Kind of fooled me on the depth. Okay, we really got to zone in here. I really don't want to lose this game. Oh, man. Okay, Kenley, you're coming in. So, man, the tough call here is second and third, one out. If he hits a single, he ties the game. If he grounds out, we'll trade the out for a run. And then he has a man on third with 2 outs, so a fly ball doesn't get him. So, we're going to go right after him. I could see the argument, too, though. This might be a mistake not intentionally walking him here. Because the ground ball could be a double play versus a run. We get the line out, though. Wow, that was huge, huge, huge out. Obviously not over yet, but wow. Whew. Okay, deep breath. We gotta close this out, Kenley. Wow, he's been really patient here, too. Which hasn't helped me. Good for him, but... Alright. Oh, where do we go here? Okay, final pitch. Oh my goodness. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, he almost walked us off. He just got under it. Wow, what a game. I don't know, I hope you guys watching this had fun. I thought this was a great game. Really close. We had some things go our way. We had some things not go our way. We come away with the W, though. Wow, not a great game from Vlad, though. 3 strikeouts over 4 in the 3 spot. But Acuna has himself a game, goes 3 for 4 with the home run. Betts with a clutch home run, obviously, as well. And Cliff Lee put on a really, really good showing there. Almost went the distance. Man, I was sweating in that final inning, though. Only 1 strikeout. Yeah, that's the All-Star experience with a finesse pitcher on All-Star. You're not gonna blow him away with the gas. He doesn't have a slider. Sinker cutter gets a lot more like ground balls and stuff, I find. So, anyways, not complaining. We give up 9 hits, 2 earned runs, and Jansen barely comes away with a save. Thank goodness. Thanks, DG. Yeah, that was sweaty, man. GG's. Yeah, thanks, man. Holy crap. I might need to change my shirt here. I was uh I was sweating, but that's the ranked experience though, man. It's like you feel like you're in control for like in the driver's seat for a lot of the game, and like I kind of, not that I like called it or anything, but like that TSN turning point, like we have Mookie almost hit a 3-run home run, almost make it 7-2 in the late innings. Then we ground into double play. We don't get anything else, and then he like turns on the bats hard in the ninth. So we jump out of it, but yeah, it's just hard to good to keep composure. We just had to keep our composure there.